Okay, as much as I would love to sit in front of my bookshelf, it is almost done, so I can't. I got new books today. I want to show them to you. I also got new books like last week. This is a coloring book with saints for Olivia. I have to put that aside until she's grown up. It's so pretty. We want her to actually enjoy it for what it is. And I got a coloring book that looks kind of weird, but it has a purpose, because there's this book, The Greatest Gift by Anva Scamp. The cover for this book is somewhere there. This is one of the books I read more than once because it's so good. Unwrapping the Gift of Christmas. So it's read every day until Christmas. There's like ornaments for Jesse's tree, and these are the ornaments. So my plan is to read every day and color one of the ornaments. Max Lucado, I have a calendar. It has something to do with one of his books for this year, and this is for the next year. And it's inspired by this book. You were made for this moment. He gets deep down into the book of Esther. On one hand, he's so all over the place that I feel like we are connected like that. But on the other hand, I have no idea where was he going with most of the things. They put it together okay-ish, it's just not sure. Two of these books, Lenten Healing, 40 Days to Set You Free from Sin. I'm thinking, because I have so many books started, I'm gonna leave this for the next year, maybe even for Easter, because it's meant for Easter. But it has to go on the shelf. And this is something I don't do. Like, I put already finished books on my shelf. This just feels wrong, but I have to do it for the video. The Mountain of Promises. I'm finally getting through this. Like, it's less than 100 pages. This is so embarrassing that I haven't finished this yet. I started reading The Lady's Mind by Francine yesterday. It's a historical romance. And how did I didn't realize pretty much all the books from Tessa and Francine could be considered historical romance. Like, it makes sense. I like it. I'm excited where does it go. But now it has to go on my bookshelf. And the new books that just arrived, they're gonna add some color to my bookshelf for sure. Back Up the Moon by Kristen Higgins. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. When in Rome by Sarah Adams. I love Rome and I love romances. I had to. I did resist most of these books for a long time, but I had to. I know I said no more thrillers, but The Silent Patient, Emery Lord, The Start of Me and You, and Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Let's just do this. So I don't have all the books. I borrowed some of them to someone. This is my point of view. Mainly these three shelves. This is where the books from my childhood are, and like Olivia's books. This red spine just doesn't fit anywhere. I'm debating if it should go maybe here or if it's better here. However, it's tight. Are you trying to tell me that I should stop buying books? I'm not gonna do anything with my girlies here because they just have to stay together. This series has to stay together. This series has to stay together. I took advantage of this book, the Believe Me novella, because it's pinkish, so I went with pink to blue, and it's getting slightly green here, but it's blue here again. Green, like, you see the point. This is tricky. I don't know how I feel about it. This guy has to go somewhere. These will have to go somewhere, and I hid one book behind there somewhere. So I'm not loving it, but I'm not hating it. I still have no idea how to play the guitar, and I'm not a great singer. Since I'm thinking about the shopping anxiety, social anxiety, and anxiety in general, I just thought of the quote I put to the end of one of my videos, and it says something like, I challenge you to... okay, girly. Anyway, I'm anxious right now. I'm scared of so many things. I just want to worship. Let's do this. Maybe I'm gonna cut it out. But the whole point of this is let's worship together. Chcę Cię chwalić, mój Pan. Chcę Ci wydać pravednie každú časť života. Možno len tichý plač, len bolesťou mám. Oh, I didn't even realize that I didn't put on the microphone. And maybe that's better. The worst thing about this is because of how I live, someone might hear me. And I love, like the idea of living in a house, people from other apartments can't hear you, and vice versa. It's awesome. Not here. I'm just so looking forward to that day we finally move out. I always say that my living situation is weird or whatever. It's complicated. And so I really want to show you and explain. I love phone calls. Ahoj! Hej, strážim ho. Dobre, ahoj. What was I talking about? The most random things just come out of my mouth in my videos. Like, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sure no one cares. But like, I need someone to talk to. Like, this is the best. I just came across this screenshot. I don't know why I didn't delete it, but this man texted me on Instagram. And he's, wait, how old is he? He's 30 years old, which, like, I'm 20. It's okay. My sister is 30 years old. The other one is 29. He was their friend. I lived in this city. My sister lives there now. He's from there. I know of him. In April, he started following me on Instagram. I didn't think anything of it because, like, okay, he knew me as a little girl. You probably seen me on my sister's profile or something. This guy texted me, flirted with me. I just said thanks when he told me how beautiful am I and blah blah blah. But then I looked him up on Facebook just to make sure because I thought he's married. Then I asked, I'm too curious for my own good. How old is he? So he said 30 and I'm like, okay, I got a question. Does your wife also think that I'm beautiful? And this man had the audacity to say this. If she saw you, she would think so. And I'm like, no, you didn't say this. I was like, you can't be serious. Okay, I'm sorry I texted you. That's the end. But he's still following me. He last saw me maybe when I was 9 years old, if I had to guess. 11 years later, he just pops up on my Instagram. Why do men do this? I would feel so uncomfortable if I was his wife. Let me know, how do you feel about this? I don't know. Let's worship because I could go on and on about these things. And don't get me wrong, like, oversharing on the internet is great content. It's better when I hear others overshare, not so much when I do it. Nie, ukryjmy normę. Tak to fakt nie poznamy. Czekamy za każdą chwilę. Prosimy Cię, daj nam siłę. Maria i nasza królowna. Okay, please tell me that I'm not the only one who doesn't understand why is the output for the microphone on the side where the screen pops up. Like, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, I just have to tell you what happened to me the other day. I went grocery shopping. My basket was full and I dropped a bag of pasta. It fell next to this older man. He had his basket as well. He picked it up for me. I should be picking up stuff for him, not the other way around. But it was just so nice. However, in this shop, I got a moldy cheese that's not supposed to be moldy. So then my dad went back and got a refund. I would never do that. But the same day, in a different shop, I saw that the lady behind the counter was having a bad day. She seemed angry. So I got the entire stick of salami just so I don't have to deal with it. She was even mean just giving it to me. So I can't imagine what would it be like if I asked her to cut it for me or something. Also, I thought it was gonna be like 1 kilo. It was 2. But it's fine. Okay, now to the tips, because I thought of it when I was shopping, so I just put it into my notes app. First one, give yourself enough time so you don't feel rushed. Says the girl who went to the mall an hour before they closed. We came there, it was me, my sister and her husband, and majority of the stores were already closing up. We just had to be quick. I was in front of the mirror and they were just throwing everything on me, getting it down, like it was really a team effort. But if I had the choice, like it's so much better to just give yourself enough time. Sometimes the looks from the sales ladies, they just want to close up. And if you feel rushed, that just adds to your anxiety. Another thing I wrote down, go either alone or with someone you trust and who knows you. It is important they don't see something that triggers you. It just depends on you. Maybe you'd prefer to go alone. The battery is dying. Great. This one is a good one. Try everything on without facing the mirror. If you feel weird or uncomfortable, just take it off. Don't even show it to others. Don't even look at yourself. If you feel uncomfortable, no. Yesterday, the battery died. Where did I end? Because I'm not about to record it again. I said what I said and I'm just gonna continue now. Back to the mirrors. Like, I just love when in the dressing room there's a mirror everywhere around you. So there's no way you're not gonna see yourself. It might sound so stupid to some people, but it like actually helps me with not looking at myself if I feel uncomfortable in it. But like honestly, that's it. So these are not like tips, this is just, I don't know. Money is a whole another thing. I always felt guilt around these things. Whenever I needed anything, even like books for school, I felt guilty asking for it. I felt guilty giving the money for it. And I'm still carrying this guilt with me. What scares me the most, I guess, is how so many adults just go crazy when they can all of a sudden afford something they couldn't. I don't want to compensate what was neglected. Healing your inner child is good, but just because I didn't have money as a child and I have them doesn't mean I have to overcompensate, I guess. With my sister, we like buy sweets, Coke and stuff like this because we love it and we didn't really have it. My mother wouldn't buy us anything even when I was just like the only child. And she started buying good things when she started dating this guy. And it was like for him, but I rode along, I guess. I'm trying to be responsible, but I'm also trying to shake off the guilt. A part of books, there's nothing really that I buy I don't need, I don't think. Well, I got recently something. It's for me, but I think it's gonna make an interesting video if it's gonna get here. It's from Australia. I don't know if you've heard of it. Sarah's Day on YouTube, and she has this thing called Body Bloom. I mainly want to try it because of my acne. When we are so honest already, I wanted to film the video, the gift guide today, but I just don't feel comfortable, so I chose to do this. It's the same, but it's different. I filmed the gift guide the day before yesterday, and I'm so happy I did. I was like, I have to film this now for so many reasons. I didn't think this was a factor. On that day, I woke up with a pain in my eye, and I was like, oh, it's for sure a sty. But then I changed my mind and maybe it's not gonna happen. When I woke up yesterday, it hurt so much more, and as the day went on, it happened. Can you see it? I don't think I've ever had a sty on my eyelid. Bro, words. Today at 2 a.m. I got an email that my delivery has landed, arrived in Slovakia. I think I can show it. It's in Prague. See, I didn't know that. Wait, it landed in Slovakia yesterday. Why is it in Prague today? I put in the order on November 7th. And like you can see everything in here. I'm just really confused with the Czech Republic right now. Okay, that doesn't matter. If it doesn't do anything, I'm just gonna mention it in some video like I mentioned it now. If it does help, which I really hope it does, I'm gonna make a separate video for it. You would think that when I finally can afford some things, I'm gonna be better or like feel better about spending money. I thought that I would be okay with online shopping. Well, I never thought that. I always knew I'm not good with it, but people thought that it's so much better for me. When I find something I like, I'm so unsure that I have to ask my whole family. I actually put ordering something on my to-do list. So on the list of things that stress me out. And that's not so much about money, but about anxiety. Well, it's like 60-40. I'm just so anxious about scrolling through the page and like, what if I commit a fraud unintentionally just because I'm stupid? Sometimes I'm afraid of that. Or like I'm gonna send them way more money than I should have. Something's gonna go wrong. And then why does the courier have to call me and then meet me? Just leave it there. It's a whole thing and I hate it. So there's that. And was this pointless? Maybe it was. Okay, I have things to do, so talk to you later.